Hi everyone, I'm Ollie from Turnstone Games. I'm just going to do a really quick review today of the few games that I played at Heffers board game night on Saturday last week. So the first couple of games I played were actually prototypes for games in development by a local board game designer named Dave. Unfortunately, Dave, that's all of the information I know about him. I'll try and find out more about him at a later stage and link it to this video because his games were really cool. The first one was a tile laying game. Really fast paced and very stressful. It's essentially a two-player game, 1v1, where one player is trying to run away from the other, and they're placing tiles as quickly as they can, trying to connect them together according to certain rules, and it's quite a challenging visual problem to overcome to try and, with the time constraints, to put these tiles together in the right way in order to get away from the chaser. And the chaser's got an equally puzzling problem where they're trying to solve these little visual puzzles on each of the tiles in order to move to the next one, and they're trying to catch up with the person running away. So yeah, that game was good. It worked well. I hadn't played anything like it before. I mean, the problem, it was very quick, and the problem I often have with these really short games is that you play them, they're over in a few minutes, then you can play it again, but you're only going to want to play them a few times, and I just feel like there's not a huge amount of life to short games like that, but it did work very well as a game. His other game, which was I actually preferred, I thought it worked really well. It felt like a finished game. I don't know what the working title is, but essentially one player plays a sniper and the other players work together against the sniper. They play a team of soldiers and army dogs, I guess, and they are trying to find where the sniper is on the board. The board is like a grid before the sniper kills them all. So it's a hidden movement game where the sniper has their own little mini board where they show where they are and where they have been and that sort of thing, and they move around in secret, trying to get to vantage points where they can shoot the soldiers but without giving away where they are. And it works really well. I played the sniper and I quite enjoyed it. I don't know if the other players enjoyed it as much because I think they found it very disheartening. I don't think they ever felt like they knew where I was, even though for me it felt like they were getting closer and closer. They really seemed to be stabbing, feel as if they were stabbing in the dark. But they did end up getting me. They kind of launched a grenade, somewhat hopefully, and they got lucky and it hit me where I was. So yeah, so they did win despite their worries. So those were those two games. I hope to meet Dave again so I can find out more information about him and his games because they were really cool. So after that, I played a game of Machi Koro. Now Machi Koro is an engine building game where essentially you start off with a few cards that have that activate when you roll a dice and get a certain number. And then you get coins based on those cards' abilities that you then use to buy other cards that activate on different numbers to give you more coins, and you keep going like this, buying cards, activating cards, rolling the dice, and yeah, until you've built these specific number of cards. Now I didn't particularly enjoy the game. I know it's a very popular and it's a very successful game, but I found it was very random. It was just very dependent on the dice roll, but also just kind of felt like going through the motions of oh yeah, now I'm going to buy this card because that's got a 4 on it and I don't have a 4 yet. And then, oh, I just got loads of money because I got lucky on the dice roll. Oh, you just got to take all of my money because I rolled that number. And it just felt like, I don't know, it wasn't particularly engaging. There wasn't a lot of player communication and yeah, and it also almost felt like it was over quite quickly, as in we knew who was going to win fairly early on in the game, and we definitely knew who was going to lose early on in the game. One player just had a few turns in a row where they rolled a number where we got to take money from them, and yeah, they were basically out of the game in those few turns. So didn't particularly enjoy that side of it. So not sure I'll play it again. Maybe I'll give it another try, because it is quite straightforward and I think lots of people know the rules and it's very easy to explain. But yeah, so that was Machi Koro. The next game we played was Splendor, which is another engine building game, and I should have asked, is this an engine building game, because I don't want to play another one after having played Machi Koro, but I don't think I really realised that I'm not a huge fan of engine builders. But yeah, so I mean, Splendor is very similar to Machi Koro in that there are cards laid out on the table and they cost a certain amount of gems to buy, and you have to buy, and so the more expensive cards are worth points at the end of the game, and so you have to buy the cheaper ones, which then generate you more gems so that you can buy the more expensive ones. And I found this game incredibly boring. It was a problem solving game, which is fine. It was a good problem solving game. I think I would have preferred to play it on my own as a solo game, because we barely spoke to each other the whole game as a group. There were 4 of us, and we didn't really say anything. The only time we said things is when people made mistakes or something like that, and we pointed it out. Oh yeah, you can't do that. Or so yeah, it just wasn't a very fun experience. Yeah, but as I say, I think it was an interesting puzzle, but for an interesting puzzle, I think I'd rather do that on my own than with a group of people. It sort of defies the point of getting together to play a board game, I kind of felt. But maybe that was just the people I was playing with, or my experience of the first time playing the game. I guess I kind of found it a bit overwhelming because I had absolutely no strategy, and I was sort of just buying cards and then realising, oh wait, this didn't help me buying that card. So maybe it was partly that as to the reason that I didn't enjoy it. But yeah, so maybe I'm not a big fan of engine builders. I'm trying to think of any that I particularly like. Off the top of my head, I'm struggling. So I guess one of the issues I have with them is that you have to go through these motions. So you have to buy certain cards in order to get better, to then do further things. And I guess the problem with an engine builder is that you tend to get rewarded for having progressed. And the issue with that is one person can get ahead and then stay ahead for quite a long time, because they're getting rewarded for having got ahead at the beginning. And that's the side of it I dislike. I never enjoy playing a game where I feel like one person has got ahead and is going to win, and either I feel like I'm definitely going to win, or I feel like there's no hope of me going to win. There's very little suspense involved, and yeah. So I mean, but maybe if anyone's got any ideas of engine builders that they really like, please put them in the comments below, because I'd like to try some other ones to see if there are some that I do actually like. But yeah, so those were the games I played at the board game night last week. I'm actually off to Malaysia to visit my brother this week, so I'm not going to be going there again for a little while, but hopefully I can find a board game night in Malaysia to go to. That would be awesome, and then I could do a little review on my phone or something from after that. But yeah, thank you for watching. Please like the video, and if you want to watch more of my reviews and also playthroughs of the other games, the games on my shelf, or the games that I'm designing, I'm going to be doing some videos of those, playthroughs and explaining rules and stuff. So yeah, please stay tuned if you want to watch any of those.